Welcome to All Things Retreat Podcast. I'm Holly Porter, your host and CEO of Retreat R&R. With over 25 years of experience in designing transformative retreats, I'm here to share insights and inspiration to help you create extraordinary experiences. Whether you're a pro or just starting out, you'll find valuable ideas here. Enjoy the ride. Let's dive in. Hello and welcome everybody. So if you listened to our show last week, we had Dr. Karen Perkins on the show, and it was running a little longer than I usually like, and it was really juicy. And I just said, we're going to pause this one. We're going to jump over to the one that'll come out next week. And that's what we're doing. We just continued the conversation here, but I want to share a little bit more. If you didn't hear last week's, it's not like, oh, you missed everything. I would love for you to go back and listen to it. But this is kind of a continuation of a different conversation, more around how to get out of emotional experiences and how to look at the positive side of things and process grief. Because if you haven't had grief in your life, you probably will as you get older and watch, parents pass away and sisters, brothers, and friends. It's just a fact of life. So we're going to talk about that in a moment. But I just want to say, so Dr. Karen Perkins, she's a personal friend of mine, and she and I have done events together, national and international, but she speaks. She's a motivational speaker. She's an author, and she is let me spit the word out. Oh my God.
Organizational change expert.
See why I need her? Oh, wow.
Anyway, that's one of those spit them out ones.
Well, it's my normal, but when I have some long COVID effects going on, it's definitely happening more often. But anyway, so she does that. And, let's see, what else can we say about her? She's just an amazing person. And so I want you to listen to the other one. If you want to listen to this one first and go back, that's fine. But either way, welcome again to the show this week, which is really just last week's continuation.
Fun fact, Holly, the other thing you don't know, actually, is that I'm a little CDO. That's OCD in order like it should be.
Okay, now say the words.
OCD.
Obsessive compulsive
disorder. So I'm compulsive disorder obsessive.
Oh, I probably am too. That's funny. I'm like, when you said that, I was like, oh man, because I'm dyslexic. So that messed me all up.
You're like, oh no. Yeah, CDO. It's OCD in order like it should be.
Oh my gosh.
We were talking about stress earlier, and I have to tell you, I have 3 big secrets to help you overcome stress, but the number one is smiling or laughing. Actually, laughing for 5 minutes or smiling for 20. They're the same. I am not a big laugher. I have a lot of fun, but I go and I feel accomplished. I'm not a big laugher, but I smile all the time.
But have you done laughing exercises before?
I have done laughing exercises, and there have been times where I have laughed so hard that I've snorted and cried and everything else.
And how did you feel?
Oh, you feel great. I mean, it is the number one reliever of stress.
Yeah.
Absolutely the number one reliever of stress. But there are 5 fundamentals to laughter. I'm going to zip through them real fast now and talk about relieving stress more. 5 fundamentals is, the first one is it conveys authority. I mean, but do you want to be around that? Or somebody who has a sense of humor and can smile and doesn't freak out when things go wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. Second one is it bonds teams. Any 2 people or more, if they have something to laugh at together, or not someone, but something to laugh at together, that inside joke or just something fun that they share, it bonds the team. And I mean, that can be a whole group. It can be 2 people, however many. The third one is it produces the same endorphins that's similar to morphine. Yes.
Yeah.
And chocolate. Yes.
I asked for a 6-pack of that to go one time when I was in the hospital really sick. I didn't know what I was saying really, but I was like, whatever you gave me, can I have a 6-pack to go?
Can I have a 6-pack, please? That's so funny.
Apparently it
I
was
love
London.
that.
Anyway.
The fourth one is it heals. It physically heals your body.
Yeah.
I don't understand the science behind it other than, your thoughts change your mind and your smiles change your thoughts. And
It's probably
I mean,
creating those positive cells that we talk about in the
yeah,
last show. You'll have to go
it,
listen to that
it
part.
helps create those positive cells. Well, you
Yeah,
can't. If you find a way to have a sincere smile, you can't be negative.
it's true.
Try it sometime. If you're
I mean,
having a
try to
hard time,
smile fakely. You can, but it shows. Don't you
yeah,
think?
oh yeah, it shows. But sometimes you have to fake smile until you actually smile.
Yeah.
I mean, but if you're having a hard time smiling, go watch something on YouTube that makes you laugh. I mean, my kids like kittens that get trapped in paper bags. I, you know, I like
American Funniest
watching
Videos.
babies. I like watching babies laugh. I
Oh
mean,
gosh, how can you not?
whatever it is that will bring a smile to your face, it doesn't have to make you
Totally.
break out on the floor laughing and rolling, but it
Yep.
brings a smile to your face. It changes your whole perspective, which is the fifth one, is it changes your perspective. It
Yeah,
actually changes the way your mind looks at things. And, there are times we have to change our perspective.
it's true.
And so that's the five fundamentals of laughter. But getting rid of stress, the three big secrets are laughter or smiling,
Huh?
walking. You need to walk for 30 minutes a day or more. And what I like to do is I like to leave my house, smile on purpose, walk for 15 minutes. Actually, I usually walk an hour, but we'll say a half an hour. Walk for 15 minutes, smiling, turn around and smile, walking back to the house.
Mm.
And if I fake smile when I leave, I'm usually really smiling when I come back because when you
Ah,
smile, it changes your perception and you start to think of things that relate to your face smiling because the human mind is bound to prove itself right. And if
yeah.
you're smiling, it says, oh, there must be something I should be happy about. And so it starts looking for things to be happy about.
I
True
think if
story.
you're you know how sometimes your mouth or whatever this is your smile hurts because you're smiling so much. I think if that happens, you're not smiling enough because you haven't practiced those muscles enough. What do you think?
That's right. That and I'm kind of lazy. It takes less muscles to smile than it does to frown.
That is true. Yeah, that is
I
true.
bet the third one you're going to really like. Third one is drink. Cranberry juices. Be it cran apple, cran grape, cran raspberry, cran whatever. But cranberry juices and cranberries are known to help alleviate depression. And you put those three things together and you can mix it with water or whatever. But um, I dilute mine with water. But those three things together, real fast story, and it's not all about me, but I'll give my experiences so
You are
people
my guest.
understand. I had a period of life when I was so depressed that life was not worth it. And I mean, it was bad. And I went to the doctor and he said, well, you got to laugh for 5 minutes a day. And I just looked at him and went, if I had something to laugh at, do you think I would be here? And he's like, I don't care. You at least smile for 20 minutes and then go walk and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I started out and I did my walking and I was 256 pounds at 5'1". It was painful for me to walk at that point in my
Oh,
life.
yeah.
And so I went walking for half an hour and I did that. I walked 15 minutes out and I smiled and it was a fake smile. I mean, it was one of those scary ones. I'm sure all the neighbors were scared to death. But it only took about 2 weeks before I actually found a reason to smile and the neighbors were smiling and waving and I had a reason to smile and it
Yeah.
was no longer a fake smile. So anyway, do those things. It helps. But we wanted to talk about processing
Mhm.
and your emotions.
Right.
And I keep saying I'm going to pull it out and then I put it away and I don't know where it ever goes. I keep giving them away, so I never have one of my emotional power books in front of me when I want one.
Oh, I'm that way too when I go to
Yeah,
try to
it's
find
like,
them.
where
Yeah.
are they? I can see five
That's
other.
what we want to do is give them away.
Yeah, I got like 5, 6, 7 other books right here, but not that one. Anyway, um, In emotional power, we talk about there's your core emotions, primary emotions, and secondary emotions. Most of us live in our secondary emotions, and they're the ones that get us in trouble.
Yeah.
But your core emotions come down to two: love and fear.
Mm-hmm.
And people are like, no, it's hate. No. When you hate that person at the office that's backstabbing you, aren't you really afraid somebody's going to believe them? Or worse yet, afraid somebody or that it's true?
Yeah.
Okay, there's a fear underlying that. Now,
Yeah.
some fear is healthy, some fear is not. I mean, you should be afraid of the dark alley in the middle of the night. I
Sure.
mean, that's what fear is, to protect us. But a lot of fears are self-induced, and it's false evidence appearing real. FEAR, false evidence appearing real. It's either a fact or it's fear. And if it's a fact, do something about it.
Yeah.
And then love helps you to keep everything into perspective.
Right.
And love elicits harmony in your soul. And but not all things that people consider negative are bad. Anger is not a bad emotion if you use it as a tool and not a weapon. Mothers against drunk drivers were angry. They were mad, they were furious. And
Right.
look at all of the good that they've done from it. John Walsh, for those of you who are old enough to remember John Walsh, he was angry every week, and look at all the good he did,
Yeah.
saving hundreds and hundreds of children across the country.
Yeah.
But I call it RAFPU, RAFPU. First, you got to recognize I'm having an emotion. It does not matter what emotion it is. You got to recognize I'm feeling something. I recognize right now I'm emotional. And then you got to acknowledge what emotion it is. I am feeling pissed. I am feeling reckless. I am feeling happy. I am feeling excited. I am feeling tantalized. I am feeling resentful. Whatever the emotion is, acknowledge that emotion. And then the third one, which to me is really quite honestly the most important, is you got to feel it and feel it fully. If you're angry, be angry. Go get your damn it doll and beat the wall with it. Don't kick the dog. Don't hit anybody else. Go get a dummy and, a stuffed dummy and throat punch it. I mean, whatever you need to do, but feel it fully. Get it out of your system. If you need to cry, you cry until you've got the snot running down your face and you're sobbing and can't hardly talk because you're sobbing so hard. That's okay. And there's nothing wrong with feeling those emotions. In fact, it's healthy. And if you're happy and excited, you got to feel those fully too, because sometimes we downplay the excitement and the happiness because we feel guilty that we're having that because things are not great everywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
You've earned your emotions. Enjoy them. Feel them fully. Once you felt them fully, now you can process them. If they're good, what am I doing to have these good emotions so that I can keep doing it? If they're detrimental, process them. And what do I want to do to process this? Am I going to let it go? Am I going to communicate with somebody? Am I going to, is it detrimental to me? Is it not
Or
detrimental? I mean,
decide how long am I going to stay mad? Like, do I
yeah.
want to give myself an hour to be mad, today to be mad? But just to stay mad and never get out of that, you're only hurting yourself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You don't want to live in any of these emotions
Yeah.
eternally, but you got to feel them fully so you can let them go. Elsewise, you stuff them and they surface when it's not opportune. But process it. Okay, I'm angry. I'm processing. What exactly am I angry about? Why am I angry? How do I get past this anger? Do I need to get past this anger? Do I need to do something so that this doesn't happen again to myself or to somebody else? Process those kinds of things. And once you process it, now the you is use it or diffuse it.
Yeah.
And you use it to your betterment. You use it to continue on to be happy, or you diffuse it and say, you know what? I mean, I have people in my life I've had to walk away from and say, I love them. I'll be polite to them when I see them, but I have no need to invite them to lunch and purposefully spend time with them in their toxic environment.
Yeah.
And I've had to remove myself from the situation. And that's how I diffused the emotions that I was having, because I was having emotions based off of external influences. And not
So
all of them are because we did something wrong or right. It's
yeah,
just where we are.
I'm just thinking as you're saying that, how can we're mostly talking with two retreat leaders on this podcast. So let's picture this scenario and these emotions coming up at a retreat. Not just you personally are needing to process some of those things, but those might be feelings that you're having towards somebody you just met at a retreat
Mm-hmm.
that's really triggering you. Who knows why, right? It might be your own
Mm-hmm.
stuff that you're there to work on. Who knows? But what advice, like what steps could you maybe offer a retreat leader that's having those challenges? And maybe a retreat, not a retreat leader. I'm thinking more of an attendee, but as a
Uh-huh.
retreat leader, how do you handle that as the leader? Like, does that make sense? So as an
Yes, and
attendee,
I've done many of those, and I know exactly what you're saying. And sometimes you have to pull one person aside and, say, put your big girl panties on, nicely. But
go find your jam at doll and smack it a few
yeah,
times.
but what I have found for retreats is always useful is letting people experience their emotions, but have a positive outlet for them, and
Yeah.
do some kind of an activity that elicits emotions,
Mm,
solace emotions, and do a writing activity or a drawing activity, or do those activities and then do some kind of a release. um, Write all of their ref, resentment, frustration, annoyance, anger, whatever. Write everything down on a piece of paper, scribble it out, draw pictures, do whatever you want, make it as vile as you want. Fold it up and have a bonfire where you get to throw it in the bonfire and burn it up and let it go. You
yeah.
got it all out of your system.
Yeah.
And then go around and let everybody share how relieving it was to let that go. Um, but that's a beautiful thing to do at a retreat. I've done it at business retreats. I've done it at personal retreats, at family retreats. I mean, because all of us, I don't care what you do for a living or don't do for a living, we all are emotional human beings. And even those of us who are a little bit more on the logical side, you can't have emotions without logic, and you can't have logic without emotions. Those
Yeah.
two are interlinked, if we like to admit it or not. They are.
Yeah.
And so, as a retreat leader, I would actually go out of my way to make that one of your activities
Yeah.
in the first day or two, depending upon how long your retreat is. If it's a day long retreat, I would
Right.
do it late morning. If it's a 3-day retreat, I would definitely do it by day 2, and let people experience those things. And
A lot
then
of these
don't
skills,
just,
though, you can use in your personal life and your business life. A lot of
oh,
these
all
apply
of
across
it,
the board, these lessons
all
and
of it. Well,
mm,
and you know what's funny? The people who like my book the most, I mean, because emotional power has got to be, women, because they're all about emotions.
yeah.
Corporate executive males. Corporate executive men love my book the most because they're given permission to have emotions.
Yeah.
And for a lot of them in that position, they've been told you are not allowed to have emotions because
Yeah.
that means you're not setting an example of strength. Well,
Oh, I'd love to see a man
emotions
cry.
are strength.
So,
Emotions
I mean,
are
I'd
strength.
love to see a man cry. I do.
Yeah.
It's so healing to a group when they're
Yeah.
vulnerable enough to let go and not have to be so tough and macho, right?
Yeah, well, and it doesn't matter who's in your retreat, if it's men, if it's women, if it's people who are into woo woo, if it's people who are corporate.
Yeah.
If it's woo-woo corporate, if it's people looking to build relationships. I mean, it doesn't matter because there's a lot of different kinds of retreats.
Yep.
And I do woo-woo and I do corporate, and I'm amazed at how often they overlap.
Oh, yeah.
Just how often they overlap. But it's people have the most intellectual stimulation and breakthroughs when they have an emotional
Mm-hmm.
breakthrough.
Mm-hmm.
And so you want to do things that help them with that emotional breakthrough. And you don't just want to burn the bad. Do
No.
something that shows the good.
Uh-huh.
Do something, set a goal of something beautiful you want to do, or find 3 people you can write a note to say something nice about them that's here, and let it be a secret note. And I mean, even if it's something as simple as your smile is uplifting and shines from inside out,
Yeah.
but find 3 people to write something positive about,
I love
and
that.
just leave it on their doorstep, or hand them to me with their name on it and I'll pass them out.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a lot of things that you can do,
So
and those
many.
are just a couple examples. But as retreat leaders, I'll tell you what, first you have to choose to be happy,
Yeah.
and not a fake happy. And you can be happy and stressed at the same time. Trust me on that one. You have to decide you're going to be happy even though you're stressed, though. But that doesn't mean you pretend you're not stressed. You say,
Right.
yep, I'm stressed, but I'm so excited because I get to be a part of changing the world one person at a time. And that brings me joy and happiness. So, and that's one way of looking at it. They'll each have their own.
Oh,
But
yeah, that's good.
be stressed, because if you have a retreat without stress,
Right.
I would like to know what golden pill you're eating, because I need it.
Yeah. We all. I
Because
agree.
whenever you got other human beings involved, stress comes up because people cancel,
Uh-huh.
somebody's late with the food, or, and you have all of these balls in the air.
You do.
And
Well, all those are such good and amazing things that I think our listeners definitely can grab a few of those golden nuggets, if not all, and see how you can improve what you're doing and keep the emotion processed, is what I would say is the summary of that. Rather than, I mean, you want to deal with the emotion, but don't stay in the emotion. And
no,
I think too, just don't make every decision based on emotion. Step back and ask yourself, am I thinking of this logically, or is this an
yeah.
emotional decision? People point
Always
that out.
combine logic with your emotions, and combine emotions with your logic.
I love it. Well, thank you again for being here for both shows. And I hope everybody got to listen to both of them, or will. And Karen's amazing and has so much insight and wisdom for us that it's just good to have her as a guest. And she'll probably be back again at some point. So thank you, Karen.
Anytime you need somebody, I'm there.
I appreciate it. Well, I know they can learn a lot from you. So thanks so much. And we'll see everybody next week on the show. Bye for now.
Ciao for now.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of All Things Retreat. We hope you're leaving with new ideas, fresh inspiration, and the motivation to take your retreats to the next level. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review. It helps us grow and reach more retreat leaders like you. And if you have any questions, topics you'd like us to cover, or just want to say hello, send us an email at info@weretreatrnr.com. Follow us on social media to stay connected and catch all the latest updates. Until next time, remember, great retreats start with great intentions. Let's make them extraordinary, one step at a time.